Okay, here we go. This is the virtual tour that I was speaking of, and you're not going to see me, so because that's not the point. What you're going to see is a virtual tour of all the places that I lived, from my very first memories until my teens, my adulthood, plain and simple. And I will, as I go along, there will be also spots that basically it's going to be a tour of my hometown, my previous addresses, my previous residences, and my hangouts, just restaurants and spots and stuff, and places that I, you know, was throughout my life. So here we go. Yes. Now, let's do the very first one. So let's go to google.com. Let's start at the very first address that I can remember. This address does not actually exist anymore, as you will see what is there when we get to it. See, this is where we were, where I was. I grew up with my grandparents and my uncle. So let's go to a satellite view. Now, let's zoom in and go to a street view where we can get this party started. This is where I played. Well, let's first start out that, for reference, here was the front sidewalk in front of my house. Wait, no, here it was. And over here was my house and my backyard. This whole building, the whole way back, was my backyard. I had the biggest backyard out of all my friends. Well, besides this one fucker, Chris Carroll, his backyard was filled with trash because his parents were, well, trailer trash to the fullest extent. So, you know, let's exclude that fucker. Reason I got kicked out of school. Anyway, this is the rubber stamp print press company, as far as we knew it was. This whole parking lot used to get snow. Now, anyone on the East Coast, especially in Pennsylvania, remembers the blizzard of '96. Yeah, this whole parking lot, this whole thing was plowed, and it was all piled from here to here. This whole place, from there all the way back, was one big snow pile. And all the neighborhood kids used to come up and climb on that pile. That was some fun times. And we would always go down here. And he doesn't live here anymore. And you can see my friend, my uncle's friend, which I considered my friend. He was very cool. I'm not going to use his name, but that's him. And he was very, very cool. So, and I liked him. Still would if I had contact with him. But I saw him once at a Old Country Buffet, but I haven't seen him since. But, you know, either way. And my other friend, the big tall son of a bitch, he used to live right here. He doesn't live here anymore. And the trailer park trash, as I was referring to, lived down that way. Now, he wasn't involved with those, but the person who lived here, and a couple of houses down that way, they were known in the neighborhood for trying to buy up houses, to trying to create like a gated community style neighborhood of their own. And they wanted to basically buy up all the houses. And, well, that didn't happen, but they were pretty much the rich family, and they were not really liked too much. And the woman who lived here, again, I'm not going to use names, well, other than the asshole. He basically, she was the crossing guard. She was a crossing guard for my school. And there's really nothing down there. So, yeah, I'll take it down there. Let's do it this way. This is what this part of the alley looks like. Yes, it is very, very poorly kempt. And this was a black family that lived there, and they were really nice to me. And this was the entranceway to the backyard that was not as big as mine, but oh shit, up too far. That rivaled mine. No, actually, wait, no. What? Hold on a second. This used to be much longer. I was that much smaller. I don't know. Maybe they shortened the porch. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back. That was pretty much there. Hi, people. How you doing? This was another person who was this is the front end to the server stamp company, but as far as I see, they look like they're out of business. Point blank, and this was Keggles, and they closed down a long time ago, and they up until June 2011, they still had the for lease sign. The idiots stopped taking it off, and he's probably dead by now, so I'm going to use his name. There was an old guy, a big, bald, fat guy. I suspect he worked at Keggles. We called him Bobo. He lived up here, and we used to come up here. We used to play football in this alleyway, and I don't know if you're going to be able to get down there, but no, probably not. No. This is Forrester's bar, or at least it was. Whoa, okay. No. I went too far. Whoa. I went up the alleyway. Why the hell did it take me here? No. Why the hell did it take me this way? Okay, let's go back to this. Apparently I can't do any. I can only zoom in. So this was where my other friend was. He hung out. Basically, had a babysitter while his drunk ass mother went hooking or worked or did something. I don't know. But here I am on King Street. What the hell? I'm trying to take you the way I would walk, and I would not walk King Street. I would take fucking Grant Street. Okay, now back on tour. Hello, buddy. Okay, now this is where and I'm making quotation marks with my fingers, worked. And this is where the guy that I idolized for most of my life lived. And so many things went on this porch, and in that alleyway, and in that backyard. I lived right here as well as the other place up on Concord with a damn Mennonite church. I don't even think I explained that. The Mennonite church bought our house from our landlord, and well, he, kind of, yeah. Either way. And yeah, let me. Basically, what happened was this guy ended up being a complete piece of shit. He's in jail now for running from the cops on an ATV. And he's in his 40s. And he was a wannabe. And any part of myself that ever was a wannabe, or I don't even want to refer to myself as that, any part of me that respected the wannabe culture, the rip-off culture as it is, came from this guy. And any shred of respect I ever had for anybody who tries to emulate other cultures than their own died when this guy lost my respect. It died before then, but either way. And this is where me and my uncle lived. There was a bedroom here. There was a bathroom on the other side of that bedroom. These two windows were for the same big bedroom. This was the door to the living room. This was the door to the kitchen. This, I don't know, this had a tree in it when I lived there. This is A and this is B of Mulberry Street, yet the front door is on Grant Street, I guess because this was originally the front door to, it was all one big building. So, and that's where my mom and her husband lived. I lived there with my uncle, by the way. So, now, let's continue on. I usually went down that way. Whoa. I went down that way to get downtown. Took the back alleyway, that way. But, I'm not going that way today. This was the front office of Keggles. My uncle, when me and my uncle lived in a house right across the way, right over there. See? Oh, the cars are gone. That you could go in there and for like $2.50, $2.99, you get a big bag of Bing cherries. Oh my God, they were good. So, okay, and this was a place where they held parties every now and then. And every now and then I'd come down the street, go out my front door, and see Jeremy, my other friend. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Jeremy was the asshole that's in the jail. Fuck him. I didn't mean to drop his name, but I'm not stopping the fucking recording. He insulted me for a very dumb reason, so I don't give a damn. I'm not giving out last names. I'd see him sitting over here, and I'd come over and talk. And being that he was older, he still treated me with respect, and that's why I respected him. And this is the backside to... If you went over here, this is the wall, this is the building next to it, and over here is Keggles. Foresters. So you could walk back this way and jump the fence and be over there. When I wanted to avoid the football games, I'd walk this way to go that way up to King Street, instead of having to push past by. Now, these places are nothing. Back here lives a couple of Marine Corps wannabe assholes and his little dumb fuck troll brother. I'm not going to mention names. And we used to sit on this long porch and talk and shoot the shit until they got pissed off. The neighbors got pissed off over here and told us to get off. We said, fuck you, this isn't your property. And down here is the corner store where I used to shop all the fucking time. And I remember this one time I used to badger him to sell me a tobacco product, like a blunt. And the one time I actually got one out of there, it was this black lady that said, fuck it, I'm sick and tired of seeing your little ass beg. She took my 50 cents and said, here, I smoke weed, give me the Philly blunt. And she bought it for me. That was the one and only time Carlos ever illegally sold me cigarettes. And over there was another part. This was the, I don't even know if I should do this. Someone I know had a key to the soda machine here. And back then, I guess it was all universal keys by a distributor. And one time we went to go up in the laundromat to shoot the shit, sit around. And we noticed that the key was still in the fucking lock. So I was the only one with balls, so I tried it. Pulled the damn door open. Money, soda, candy. I had access to every damn machine in the city. And we used to go in there and collect we used to get sometimes fives, but it was a shitload of $1 bills. And we used to find somebody coming out of Carlos's, Luciano's corner store here. And we used to pay him, hey, I'll give you $10, you go buy me one pack of cigarettes. I'll pay you for the cigarettes, and I'll give you $10 on top of that. And that was in the mid-90s. So, $10 went a little further back then. So, this used to be a Video 54. Me and my uncle used to walk down here every other night or so and go to Video 54 and get movies. And it was back then, everybody remembers back then, videotapes were the shit. They used to be expensive, but they had a good selection. This is, I think it still is, the Umbrella Works. Yes, it is. It's still the Umbrella Works. This is a high-end, at least it was high-end, nice pants, lady, apartment building. Now I think it's low income. But this used to be a shop that Carlos Luciano, great store. He has high prices, but he's a really nice guy. He was stabbed. He was robbed. He still stayed open. His daughters and stuff, his twin daughters used to sit there and help him and everything. And I'm glad that they weren't in there because they were good kids for what they were. This was his brother Herman's shop. I think I remember it was his brother Herman's shop. But yeah, I know his brother Herman was in this retail business or rip-off business. Good people, but still rip-offs. But either way, And I don't. And these shops right here, these changed all the fucking time, all the fucking time. Hey, you can see it's October 2015. You see the Halloween decoration. This must be an apartment building then. But this always changed, and this one was never really had anything in it. And I will show you where I first found I first saw my first hypodermic needle I ever found, which was not here. I didn't find it. I didn't touch it, but I seen it, and I was real young. And this was I don't even know what this changed to. And here, up until I found Bubba's Breakaway behind Manor Shopping Center, these, and you know what? In their own right, these still are great cheesesteaks. Rendezvous Pizzeria. Fuck the pizza was great too, but their cheesesteaks were some of the greasiest, fucking moist, fucking cheesiest cheesesteaks you ever had. They were the best drunk food if you ever had any. And this was the front entrance to the store, which was the one I could get into. But no, back then, again in the mid '90s, my uncle. This is the entrance to the bar only. You can get through to there, but this is an exclusive entrance to the bar. And I could get through there and play a video game. Oh my god, that was fun, waiting for the food. And this is where I actually bought my first 40 ever. I was like 9 or 10 years, 11 years old. No, 8, 9, 10. Pushing it maybe 10. And this was the very first time I was ever able to purchase liquor. It was a 40 ounce of Colt 45. No, I'm sorry, Old English. And back then, that was $2.50, $2.75, and that was pretty pricey. He charged me $5. I said, he has you. He said, you have the money? I said, yeah. He said, okay, take it. And I was standing there waiting for my change. He's like, what are you waiting for? I said, a change? He said, you're not of age. I shouldn't sell to you. You're not getting any fucking change. Piss off. And that was probably the first time I heard the phrase piss off too, but I was a happy little motherfucker. Yeah, anyway, and now. No, I'm sorry. Back there where I said about that little alleyway, I said about finding the hypodermic, that was the first place I found the hypodermic. Because that door where I said I saw Jeremy sitting, that was the other side of like an art gallery style thing. And of course, in that kind of culture, they have a lot of drug use. And back there, that was where I found it. This was the old courthouse where my grandfather married his second wife. And I will eventually get to the point where I tell you about how that went. Anyway, the point is, this was the Lancaster County Courthouse. This whole stretch of thing. And yeah, that was basically that. And they closed it down. This side is nothing. I've actually never been back there. I lived in Lancaster for all those fucking years, and I was never back there. Okay, let's continue on. Here is Herman's shop. Here's where he's at now. And you know what? Wait. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in enough. No, that's not him. That's not Herman. But Herman Luciano's buy and sell. Like I said, you thought I was full of shit? This is the corner store I was talking about is Carlos Luciano. This is Herman Luciano. This guy's, I guess, nieces or nephews. Not nephews. Nieces. They were sisters, apparently. And when I get to the meat of the story, you're going to see how disturbing that really is. Or untrue, or disturbing, one of the two. They stayed with me and my uncle for a month or two. And, well, they had the one bedroom. My uncle slept on the couch and I had the other bedroom. And they used to have sex. So, how do I know? Because I was a 14, 15-year-old kid looking through the fucking keyhole. It was an old style keyhole. And, well, I could hear it. So, yeah. And they were both going at it, so it wasn't one or the other. Anyway. Yes. So there. But he's always a nice guy. I don't know how much my uncle was paid to. They were probably they were actually wanting to get back to Mexico or Puerto Rico or something like that. Mexico, I think. And I suspect they were wanted or they were illegal to begin with. But either way, This is the McDonald's I used to go to with my uncle, and I used to actually come home from Fulton School. And actually, you know, I almost forgot about Fulton School. I will show you that next. Well, I will get there. And I would come down here, save my lunch money, the extra milk money that my uncle gave me, grandfather gave me, or grandmother, I forget. Point blank, and I used to come down here and get a ice cream cone, vanilla ice cream cone, and I always had $1, and it was $1.06, but they always let me go for some reason. I don't know if somebody paid the extra 6 cents for me, or they simply let me go. But this little, you never really see these anywhere. This used to be, it had benches in it, and me and my uncle used to come down here and eat in there. Get the McDonald's food, and instead of sitting in the store, instead of sitting in the restaurant, me and my uncle would go and sit in there and eat, and I'd eat my Happy Meal. Donald would eat drop names again. See, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to filtering myself. Okay, fuck it. Donald, my uncle, used to sit in there with me and eat my food, and Donald would eat food too. But then they found a dead drunk, or a drug addict. I heard it was a drunk, but either way. And then, of course, as you can see, now, and since the mid-late 90s, it's had these bars on every fucking side. And if it was not for the sign up here, I think they would have probably torn it down. This is a laundromat. And down here, I think this is Prince Street. I'm not too sure. Is it? I'm not too sure. Yeah, this is... I want to call it Prince. No, this is King. Let me see the cross-street sign. Water Street, sorry. Yeah, Water Street. This is where the hookers are. This is the prostitute lane. There's a Water Street in every single town, but by maybe a different name. But in Lancaster City, this is the strip. This is the hooker hangout. You go down here, I was propositioned when I was like 12 years old. I was propositioned by Grandma, one of the known hookers that we all knew. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but we were all connected in some way. But the point blank, this, I was actually probably about right here. And this was always a Puerto Rican store, and they sold phone cards and all that shit, cigarettes and candies. I don't even know if they sold cigarettes, but point blank, this right here was also a store. And this motherfucker, Chris's Buy and Sale. Chris's Buy and Sale. He was a Greek rip-off fucking artist. It is a good thing that he went out of business, and I hope that fat fucker is dead. And they'd have to have a U-Haul to get his ass out of there, so that makes sense. And down here, I think Papo lived here. One guy I met through Jeremy. That guy was a big, burly, hairy, beardy Puerto Rican guy, and he was the nicest son of a bitch I ever met in my life. And everything that I believe in against all these other ethnicities, whatever prejudices I may have, whatever prejudices anybody may have, that guy, Papo, would beat the fuck out of all your prejudices. He was the nicest son of a bitch, and he is the complete fucking opposite of every goddamn ideal that I have about what these other people are. This son of a bitch was the nicest motherfucker I have ever met in my life, and I hope to God he is still alive. And that's all I'll tell you about that. And this is the first place, oh shit, this is the first place I ever bought cigarettes illegally. I paid $1.50 for Gunsmoke, and they were they were some of the most horrible cigarettes you've ever had in your life. My friends that wanted cigarettes, they were so bad they weren't even envious of me when I came past. Oh, God. Anyway, I wanted to show you the school. So I used to walk these streets a lot, and back then they were safer than they are now. I mean, they were a lot safer. And, what? That looked like my uncle a minute there. Anyway, this is the back side of the Fulton Opera House. Okay? This is, I think this is the stage entrance, and I think there's a door up there. I'm not too sure, but anyway. So let's continue on. This would be Grant Street right here. If I told you that I sometimes went this way to downtown. If you look all the way up there, there's a dance studio up here, and there was a Mercedes-Benz CLK 500 compressor that I absolutely wanted. And this is like the little shops area. This is a binary shop, and I remember, for some reason, way back in the Super Nintendo days, I remember my uncle coming down here with me, walking from Concord Street to get a Super Nintendo controller from a guy that I called Doc for some reason, but the real origin of the name Doc was actually that it was the brand name of the generic controller that my uncle bought. I never actually, don't think I ever knew his name, but I called him Doc because that was what was written on the controller. I mean, I could read at 4 or 5 years old fluently. I know you don't believe that, but I could. So, but that's the word that sticks out of my name. My head. I didn't really pay much attention. But I'm going to, what's this way? That's the continuation of Grant that takes you up to there now. Well, this area looks a lot better than it did. Okay, anyway, moving on. This is the Firestone place, and there's a lot of good memories with these places. I mean, I really, really have a lot of roots in a lot of these places. I did a lot as a kid. For as lazy as I am as an adult, I did so much stuff at all these places that people would be amazed to know me now as lazy as I can be sometimes, admittedly, but generally as reserved as I am with my efforts. I only put effort into things that are actually feasible. But to know me now as that, you would not understand a second of what you would not even corroborate me as a child with me now. You wouldn't. But anyway, point blank, let's go. The trophy house, it still has that sign has been there since at least 20 years. At least. And that American flag, I think it was there. There's so many memories. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to focus too hard on things if I don't move on. That's why I'm called Ramblings On. This, I'm not going to go too far down. This was the A+. Me and my uncle used to walk down here. And I'm going to tell you a story, and it's going to have the N word in it for people. I mean, I don't care if I insult your feelings. It's a fucking word. It was made up. It's not going to hurt you. But I understand people take offense to it, but fuck you. I'm going to use it because it makes the story ever so much more funny. My aunt used to call me nigger lover when she used to see me when I was real little. And that was before I really understood the concept of the word. I knew the word, I could spell it, but I didn't get the impact. And she used to call me nigger lover all the time, you know, and me and my uncle walked down here quite a bit, and one night there was this fat white girl, which makes it even more so ironic. And I think I had somewhat of a little crush on her, and because she always would speak to me so nicely and sweetly. And on the way out of the store, as the door was shutting, I reached my little fucking head back in and said, "Goodbye, nigger lover." Oh Lord. The look on her face went from smile to what the fuck, and I never saw my uncle move so fast home. I never saw Donald move and walk so fast. And me and my uncle did not come back to that store for a week or two at least. I feel so bad for insulting the poor woman. I mean, beyond all beliefs and feelings, that woman didn't deserve to be made fun of by a 4 or 5, 6-year-old kid. And especially what I called her, considering her weight and common things, you know. I mean, plain and simple, I feel bad to this day. If I knew that woman, if I could see her, I would apologize to her regardless of my beliefs now. I would apologize to her because that was funny as hell, but she had to have the most embarrassed small feeling in her bones at that night. So yeah. Anyway, I want to take you back here real quick. And, yeah, there's an name. This used to be Sunoco A... What? Wait a minute. They all switched to, Speedways, I thought, or something like that. This is... No, you know what? No. As far as I remember, this store was rebranded. And they put it back? Or maybe it wasn't rebranded, but for some reason I remember looking on Google Images and seeing it branded differently. But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm speaking stupidly now. I'm off topic. Anyway, this store has the best hot dogs, and that poor woman, I have to repeat myself, the most Oh. Oh, anyway, I'm done with that. There used to be a Subway here, and it was a good Subway, but apparently the owner or his son, it was either one guy or a guy's son took it over, and he basically, what I heard was a crackhead, and he ran the damn business into the ground. And up there is the downtown area. I'll get to that. Here is the big Queen Street parking garage. Or was it Prince? Prince or Queen? One of the two. Anyway, I'm going to get back to where I was going. So I'm going to show you the school. Oh, by the way, this is Orange Street. Oh, yeah. Tally Ho is a gay bar. Yeah. Over here's the Loft. It's a restaurant, but it's not gay designated, specified gay, but it's mostly gays that went there. And the only time I've ever went there is with these two gay guys that I was friends with. They took me to there. And I was in there one time. I was in the Tally Ho one time, and I was already plastered. And I was like, fuck it, I'm straight, I'm secure with my shit, I'll go in there and have a beer. And me, my friend, he's dead now, I miss him, Bob, and his ex-girlfriend, who he was in good terms with at that space and point in time. I'm not going to use her name. And her boyfriend, and he wasn't of age, but he was with us, so he was allowed in. He was the most annoying son of a bitch I've ever met in my life, and we took turns buying him Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I mean. Don't get that twisted. If I had Coke, I wouldn't give it to him. Anyway, not at that point. Now I might, but not then. Anyway, point blank, and this is the spot where I had my first gay proposition. I was pushing past here, and these gay guys were right here, and one of them catcalled me. I didn't bother to speak, look back, nothing like that. Okay, moving on. This was a hairdresser place. It was one of these two spots. I forget. Anyway, this used to be a Sprint authorized retailer. Over here is the Firestone place, tire and car center. Speaking of, I suspect it still is. Anyway, and I forget where this place was. This was a church. I used to sit on these memories. I used to sit on these stupid steps all the time. All of the time. Wow. Jesus. This is Arch Street, by the way. And we're coming up across here. We're coming up in front of my school. Watch out, the Google truck's going to hit you, buddy. Anyway, this is Robert Fulton Elementary. One of the teachers, administration officers that works here, she is a rat-fink piece of dog shit. And she is related to me. By marriage, thankfully. But, either way, like I said, this is Robert Fulton Elementary. Let me see if I can... No, they don't have the name up. But I used to go in there. I had a picture of me and my mother standing right here on my first day of school. And for the love of God, I remember that morning and regret the hell out of it. My uncle raised me and my mother pretty much tossed me into the trash. And I'm fine with that. It's better off, believe me. Overall. But I remember being propositioned by my mom and by my mother and by my uncle that first morning of school, very first day. Who do you want to take you to school? My uncle sacrificed, and for all the things that went wrong with it, I'm not going to get into that. It's known, but I'm not going to get into that. For all the things that went wrong, my uncle raised me. And to this day, I remember my choice, and I regret it. Because what I heard was my uncle ran, after I walked out that front door with my mom, my mother, my uncle ran into the damn yard and bawled for hours while I was at school. Hurt because I chose my mother. Considering the circumstances, my uncle was right to be at least pissed off or upset. And yeah, to this day, that was the biggest mistake I made there. And according to my one friend, Mike, damn it, my one friend, he, about here is where I held our, yes, in elementary school, this happened. Our mutual sex girlfriend. Because some older adult guy, apparently, I don't remember this, but Mike, damn it! Mike, fuck it, I said it. Mike, I'm not going to give last names. She was assaulted somehow. I suspect. He speaks of this. I don't remember it. I remember what she was to us, but I don't remember what she does. Well, I mean, I don't know everything that he's done with her, but I know he's done stuff, and he doesn't know everything I've done with her, but he knows I've done stuff with her. So she was mutually, but exclusively. You get it? Point blank, he was beating the fuck out of this guy, and I was holding her because she was crying there. And is there any kids on that? I want to show you the playground, but I don't want to show you if there's kids on it. And it's empty. First off, I'm going to go back this way a little bit. This is where I used to get picked up. I can't get there. I can't. The damn Google truck didn't. Well, anyway, I can try here. Plain and simple. This is going to be one huge fucking file. This is where I'd come out, and then my uncle would meet me right here, and I'd walk. I remember those days like everything. They put a gate here. They put a cement wall up here. They actually put tables into it. I think that bike ride. For some reason, also, I remember off topic. I know this space right here, this spot, or either that or over here, right here. It was probably right here. When I was in a low grade, we planted a time capsule. I remember it. I know we did, but I can't remember what year or what grade. Or even specifically what teacher. But I know we did. But, you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, let me go here. And yeah, you can see the name of the school here. Robert Fulton Elementary. Why is it blurring out that? I have no fucking clue. Google's algorithm. Obviously, this shows you that it's not people that do the blurring. It's a computer system. Either way. Doesn't matter. So, yeah. This was the church that used to go off. I can't see it because of the damn tree, but we'll get there. This is Mulberry Street now. This is the playground that I used to play on every single school day. It was a lot different back then. There was actually platforms to walk up around. It was much better. It was not this pussy ass shit that they have nowadays. But either way, I digress. Anyway, let's go back here. I wonder if I can see down to the Arch Street Center. I wonder if I can get out Arch Street. This back street here. This is so stupid, but we used to call this the bum's toilet. Yeah, I don't even get it. I don't know. I get it, but I don't get it. What if I can get... Oh, we can go down here. Oh, shit. Marion Street. Now I can show you. See, I used to get out right there. And when I used to leave school before it was over, I'd come out down there. So, yeah, point blank. So... And I'm not going to explain and speak about the specifics, but I know for a fact, let's put it that way, for a fact, there was a gun sale done right there and hidden down there when some cars passed. So yeah, that's about that. Anyway, alright, now, this is the back side of the school. Now, this goes to, these are actually pretty higher income areas considering the area. Compared to the rest of it, this is the pretty much higher income area back there. There was a lot of good. That's the backside to it, but that's still the point. And this is the teacher's parking lot. This right here is the teacher's parking lot, and over here is the Arch Street Center. I'm going to show you that in a second. But for recess in the higher grades, we used to come out this door right here. We'd walk across here. Blah 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 blah. And we used to go to this. And I'm surprised it's open. This was the big kids' playground at Fulton Elementary School. This was our recess. We used to have, I remember right here, used to be the little table hockey thing. It was ground level. Jesus Christ, these benches are probably the same ones. This is the same. I remember the streaks on this thing. Oh my God. Memories. The ball from kickball used to go out here a lot, and we'd have to go out and get it. And these basketball nets, specifically this basketball net was the most popular. I used to walk over here. It was like the Netherlands. Like it was like an alien world over in this end. That's where all the other kids, hung out. And to be honest, Fulton School was pretty non-white, and I stuck out like a sore thumb other than the white girls, and a very, 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 very few amount of white males. Point blank. And this is where all the non-white males congregated, and all the others, the whites and all that, would go over there, and the not so popular non-whites would go here. But my dumb ass, my skinny little white ass would always be around the big athletic black and Puerto Rican kids, and I'd be running back and forth with them asses all day long. They'd be looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't belong here." And they're right, I didn't. But I was stupid crazy like that. Anyway, I wanted to show you the school that I went to. Now we're coming out on Water Street, and again, if the Google car was around at night, we'd see a couple hookahs, because this was the high end. This part of Water Street, from what I've known, is the higher end part of the Water Street. Down at the other end by the McDonald's was, the $10 and $15 and $20 hookers. But I'm going to stop this video at this point because I don't know exactly how big this video is going to get, and I want to chop this up maybe to see exactly how big it's going to get. So I will stop right here and I will continue on.